Hello and welcome to another episode of the Tejano Traveler. I'm your host Wally, and today we are taking a look at South Padre Island, which is the southern tip of the chain of islands that go along the Texas coast. And here's a Padre Bali statue. He was the priest that the island is named after. He was able to get his great grandfather's land grant from 1759 and be given to him in the early 1800s. So that's why it's called Padre Island now. Once you're here, my favorite thing to do is, of course, go birding. I love birdings, and the South Padre Island Birding and Nature Center is the place to be. It's a great place to see all the shorebirds and seagulls and get some alligator action while you're there. They have some cool mangroves and some marshlands where you can see great blue herons like this one and some other types of birds just wading around. Every now and then you see a turtle, see some of the fish swimming around. You get to see some awesome things such as Uncle Grackleface, who's everywhere. I love grackles. They refuse to give up. You can climb up the tower also to get a good look at the marinas and the Laguna Madre, which is pretty cool. And then right next to it is Sea Turtle Inc., where they rescue turtles. You can go and learn a little bit about all the turtle rescue stuff that they have going on here, the different types of sea turtles that they treat, and this exhibit here that shows the skulls is pretty cool. Then you go outside is where they have the tanks, where they're trying to rehab some of these turtles so they can release them back into the Gulf. Some of them have missing flippers and damaged shells, so they'll keep them there for a bit longer. But it's pretty cool to see how they take care of them and everything they do to try to make sure that these turtles are safe and being protected. Plus you get to see some cool fish. But look at that turtle, isn't he cute? I like his markings on his face. And they sort of glide here and there through the water. The water's pretty cold also, so it's kind of cool. And then just right outside they have this little mini tank where they have the tiny little turtles that need help. So, save the turtles. Come here and learn more about helping them. And then close by they have supposedly the world's biggest sandcastle. I'm not sure if it changes every year, but this one was all about kind of fantasy and lucha libre, which is pretty cool. It's free to see if nobody's watching, but if somebody's there, make sure to give $1 for like charity or something. But it's pretty creative and pretty cool to see somebody's talent just go crazy on some sand. And of course, if you're anywhere near a beach in Texas, you have to go and search for tacky souvenirs. And the way these places try to get your attention is by having cool little monsters outside. This one was my favorite. The shark mouth is always my favorite. So if you go there, you get to see some awesome cool things, such as this place right here. And they just have a billion shirts, billion towels, billion boogie boards, billion shorts. Would I look good in these? Maybe. I do not know, but I'm sure nobody wants to see me in those. But I like coming out of the mouth. It looks cool, and I like shark teeth. Kind of Pinocchio-ish, I guess. But the next thing you should probably do is go to the beach. I went to the most abandoned beach possible because I didn't want to be around people. And this was like the far northern end. Cost me about $13, but it was worth it to just come out here and sit for a while and watch the water. Water was pretty warm. The breeze was pretty warm. And of course I always carry my umbrella for protection. But it was nice just being out here. Further down south, it gets more crowded and there's more people and more screaming. So this was a bit more relaxing. But definitely if you're in South Padre, you gotta hit the beach. And just kind of hike and walk around. And if you're here, you might as well try the seafood. I love Mexican cocktails and big old slabs of fish and coleslaw. I'm a huge lover of coleslaw. And more Mexican cocktails. Mexican cocktails here are pretty good, so make sure to get one if you're here. Plus, I always order the fisherman's platter, which has everything on it. Fried shrimp, fried fish, and everything. And this restaurant here had a pretty cool look at the Laguna Gloria. It's not supposed to be that deep, but it's pretty wide. And then you head back from South Padre Island, and the first thing that greets you is Port Isabel Lighthouse. This state park is pretty cool. You get to climb up the lighthouse and get to see what life was like back then, manning a lighthouse, see the equipment and how complicated and complex it was for back then, and then you get to see the Queen Isabella Causeway. There it is. That leads you to South Padre, and it's pretty windy up here, so be prepared to be tousled around a bit. But don't worry, the structure is safe. You can climb up it with no problems at all. It's been standing since the 1800s, so it's pretty cool. An important stop if you're ever here is also the Port Isabel Historical Museum. You get to learn a lot about the area, get to learn some about the local history, state history, national history, and world history. This museum has it all, and it's small, but definitely compact and stacked with information. Plus, I love the art that's on the inside. So if you have a chance to, stop by Port Isabel History Museum before or after your visit to Padre Island. And then, of course, you got to go searching for Bob's World. Bob's World is the king of souvenirs. Just look at that outside. Look at those dinosaurs just begging you to come in and look at tacky souvenirs. I got there a little bit too late to go on the inside, but I was able to enjoy the outside, which is really amazing to look at. Bob, whoever you are, you're crazy. I love you. I want to marry you. Thank you for doing an awesome job at keeping Texas weird and awesome. So if you're around the area, make sure to stop there. Anyways, that is the South Padre area for you. Make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.